So we have this small intestine loose pouch in the internal iliac on the left and right. So this we have left and right internal, this below. But this one, this major one, it control upper and lower mesentery. So when we activate this pulse, it really improves your small intestine. When we the small intestine is we say one word not that good. We abuse them so much. So by drinking too much, okay, the alcohol and coffee and drugs and all these things, it's really hurt the small intestine. Intestine, I think they're built to digest, we call natural food, not what we call by man make too much. When we man make too much, like canned food and putting so many processed food too much, the small intestine don't like it. So, we are sometimes, people grow up with all this processed food so much. When we are children, we have no choice because it tastes good. And it's sweet and tastes good, Children cannot resisting because they are professional, like food science. There are so many food science in the food industry, try to make the food taste good in every taste bud in our tongue. Okay. How can we overcome that? For me, the practicing of the energy, feel chi, and meditate is very important part. Find the center, because the navel, the dantian and navel center, that's where the energy are. If you have energy, you started to have, we call wisdom. You give more chi, into the body, and you practicing with the light, especially why the light give you more wisdom, and it change you. When you eat too much processed food, your body going to be reflect, and oh my God, I don't feel good at all. Now you started to know. Because the small intestine, there are so many parts there. Why? Because they are the one that absorb, have to be help digestion and absorbing the food, and there is big. There's a big delivery, because you have to go in to feed so many cells in the body. So that's why digestion, absorption is very important in our life. Now we talking about the other day that they discovered that they are linked with the Parkinson's disease is something in the brain cell like a cramp, or we call twist or tangle, you know. So this become corrupted, cramped, there lump like that in the brain, also can found in the small intestine. So when you're going to touch and you're going to find like some kind of thing, hard, and so if you press, shaking, and when it's not too much cramp already and so hard, you're gonna get it out. But usually it's just some kind of tissue there, and you releasing them. Now it's really help the intestine. So the so yesterday we're going to do again on this small intestine clear, and we're going to do the pulse. So the pulse really help you to make your intestine better. If you really love yourself, okay, and love your health, just take care of your digestion, absorption in a good condition. Yeah, and the practicing the energy. I don't know how to tell you more than that, because I've been teaching this like the Tan. So the whole Qigong that you learn, the whole series of the Qigong that you learn, is so much involved with. We always start with abdominal area, so we call the Dan Tian. And that's why there's so much form, Qigong, meditation. It's always start from here. So we divide them into lower Dantian, middle Dantian, upper Dantian is the beginning. So lower Dantian, we control digestion, absorption, elimination. It's nearly everything we have. That's all, everything we have inside the major thing that we have. So digestion, you have stomach, duodenum, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, spleen. This is nearly 6 different parts of organ working on the digestion. And the small intestine divides so much, okay? There's so many different names for that, different part. And that is digestion absorption. And in the elimination, last intestine is number 3. That means the important is the number 3. So all the leftover food will go to the last intestine and ferment it and take it out. And the kidney is number 2. If filter the blood will get dirty, and the kidney have to filter it. And number 1 is the lungs. You know, when you learn how to smile and get in touch with your organ and learn how to fall in love with your organ, now you started to really, just learn how to smile and fall in love with the organ. It changed your life. When I learned with my master, he teach me to smiling into the organs, and I like it. I like that so much. And it makes sense to me because I like this kind of theory and more practical part. So I like that. Because when I turn inwardly and I really started to feel the organ inside me, okay. So okay, so that we're going to do the pulse.
I had a really perfect stool today.
That's good. When you do a good job on the last intestine, is really helping elimination. On the pulse side, sorry. So the first step, if you look at the chart, you have to find the navel first. It took me a long time to make it simple for you. Okay, now it's very simple. I think maybe the one of the people that know how to teach the pulse, make it simple. Now you find the tip of the sternum. You break in the middle. So I tell you is approximately, but you have to find. So now you know the location and you will find them. So this one we call the master pulse. So again, you touch the navel, touch the tip of the sternum, break in the middle. So when you break in the middle, right here, that is aorta pulse. And actually we call master pulse. That we use for many other parts, okay? Now, from here, from there, so from there, from here you break in the middle. From the navel to this aorta pulse, you break in the middle, and that is the we call the root pulse of the root pulse of the small intestine. Okay, so again, you see, you touch on the tip of the sternum, and you you have a ruler, you can measure it half. Okay, but when you used to, it's very quick, half. Now, navel aorta pulse break half. That is the root pulse of the small intestine. Now, the key of the pulse is not aorta. It's not the red. It's not the red pulse. But it's a blue blood, we call return blood, we call vena cava. So, and I tell you, this is absolutely true. I not tell a lie for you. It took me 35 years to understand that. So simple, but I don't know why I cannot understand it. Mm-hmm. Okay. So when you find this, you find the pulse. So his pulse is right here. Okay, I find the pulse. So now, most people in the left side, okay, left side, because you make a middle line on the left. Now you make a middle line to the right. That's all. You have to remember that. Middle line. So the middle line from the sternum down, and middle line. From the middle line to the left, that is the aorta, mostly. So from middle line to the right, little bit only, not much, okay? And that is the vena cava, blue blood, return blood, okay? So the whole key is very simple. The blood that go into the intestine and can be go in very fast and get out very fast, that means the intestine good, healthy. So the first thing, I put the elbow on the, or if you want to use this one, when you find the pulse, you move a little bit. So you move a little bit away from the aorta, a little bit, and you go to the vena cava. And you pump. Okay, so if elbow is very pinpoint, Elbow is very pinpoint. So you see, I put it down, I find the pulse, and I move little bit. I still feel the pulse, but lesser. Not directly on it. Now I'm in the Vinikava, and I started to pump. So this is the root pulse of the small intestine, upper and lower. Again, your elbow down, you close, and you up and down. Open, close. When you up, it close. When you down, it's open. Close, open, close, open, close, open. When I say open, mean you not lift up your elbow, but your elbow still there. But when you go down a little bit, the pressure is a little bit lighter. That's all, and you open the valve. And when you come up, it close a little bit, and you go down like that. So it's like you activate the pulse there. It's like we call what up boosting the pulse, make the pulse pump better. Where you feel it? In the
A line, and then it's right here, I feel energy.
okay. So you feel all around there. Okay. So that is the intestine, yeah. So it's really recharging, or we call you rebuilding, or helping making the small intestine pulsing better. And you spiral and shaking. Okay. Now, how you do? How you feel?
So that's warm, right
Warm,
here.
right there.
Right
That's
there.
good. Yeah. So again, we tip the sternum, break in the middle, aorta pulse. And from here, you break in the middle. You see, again, you see, tip the sternum, break in the middle, all the way there. Okay, that is aorta pulse, we call master pulse. So from this point, you tap the tip sternum and break in the middle. So that is the point of the upper, another point of the aorta pulse, another point of the root pulse called Tong. So so you see there are two major root pulse. One is we just work on it, and the next one is on the top of the aorta pulse. So we call the upper and the lower mesenteric. So that is the major controlling all the digestion part. So the first thing you see in here, you find the pulse first. So I find the pulse. and I move a little bit. When I say a little bit, it's little bit. Somebody say move a little bit, a few 4 or 5 centimeters apart. No. Just maybe half on the centimeter, okay? So the technique of press your elbow is a technique. You have to feel the person, how big, how thick, and when you lean down, that is the technique, that you lean down just right, and your elbow just right, and not go too much. Otherwise, the people, they could feel pain, How you feel it now?
I feel stuff, feels like it breaking loose, little growl here, growl there.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty neat.
So so you spiral. Now, so we finish this root pulse. Now, we're on the inguinal. That is a lower part root pulse. Okay? So the first thing, you touch the pelvic bone. And you touch the hip. Now you break in the middle. And more closer to the pelvic bone here. Actually, middle and other middle. So from here to the about middle here. So this is the inguinal. And it's the root pulse. It's the root pulse. So some people have to find the pulse. And you pump. When sometimes, when the people are a little bit blocked,